Alright. Some of you was wondering why I'm using this form. It's because it's based on my emotion I'm feeling right now. Anger, betrayal. Honestly, I was at my wit's end. I am no longer friends with Abby because I guess it's it's really hard to describe. Last night, I was hanging out with some VTuber friends. We were chilling, just chilling, and I was doing a PvP match. Here's the thing, in PvP, especially in MOBA games, that if you leave the game, you get a penalty. Yeah, they changed. It's people have been was doing that a lot lately, and let's just say that they increase the penalty to those who lose connection in the match. So, Abby is has gotten more and more sensitive over the years. I did mention that she needed to go to counseling, but she appears to have dodged it by just, well, I don't know. It's just hard to describe without sounding mean. But here's the thing. I was chilling, hanging out with friends last night, and of course, Abby called me while I was in a match. I told my friends, okay, BRB, hang on guys, I got a phone call. I contacted Abby. Well, now, I'm sorry, I can't come up with words nowadays. I can't come up with words right now because how unstable I am right now. Abby called me in the middle of a match. And of course, to be fair, she called me hours ago in the mid-afternoon. And so she brought up the topic with her. She did apologize for how sour her attitude was before. So I was willing to forgive her because literally I was trying to figure out like what I can do to support her because I can't say it in all details. All I can say is that the relationship between her and her older brother is sour. So we talked about that hours ago in the mid-afternoon about it, but she barely wanted to talk, even though she called me. I tried to keep up with the conversation, but it just cut short. She calls me again later on that night to apologize for her behavior, and I told her in the calmest way possible, "That's fine. I'm just chilling with some friends right now. We're just chilling, and I'm in the middle of a PvP match right now." And I don't know if that was the trigger or what, because she barely wanted to talk. It's like she was so gloomy. And I was trying to tell her, and that she called me at a really bad time. I'm in the middle of a PvP match, and I didn't want to like hang up, like right there. I said like, but we can still talk. Like I can listen to you and play the game. I multitask. She knows this. And when it comes to MOBA games, I kind of like rage a bit whenever when you're playing a MOBA game, you get a little salty. I mean, sure, at least one player gets salty in a PvP match. At least one player. She knows that I do that. She knows how salty I can be if things go south. And she barely wanted to talk. Like, she was just so. It's like the trigger word "I'm hanging out with friends" seemed to like just made her all gloomy and not want to talk. I was trying to keep up with the conversation, but I guess that wasn't enough. I don't know. And of course, I did try to talk to her, but then I got interrupted by an enemy player, and I was getting jumped at by three enemies at once. So I was like cursing every time I died. I told her in details too that, oh, sorry, this guy was, I was trying to save my teammate from this one person, or, oh crap, going like, oh crap, don't worry, Abby, it's just that I died, so. I was literally telling her in details the reason why I was cursing. And things escalated in the match to the point that my teammates were like getting their butts kicked. I don't know. I don't know if it was, I mean, I tried. I really tried. And things escalated, and she barely wanted to talk to me, okay? So I told her in the best apologetic voice that and I'm sorry, Abby, but I gotta go. I'm sorry, but I just can't. I'm really sorry, but I gotta go. Bye. Because my teammates were struggling. And I was on the phone with her, and you know whenever you get a phone call, you get that like interface like who you're talking to? Like that little bubble that says with the call. Yeah, it was like covering some of the. It covered like the top of the screen, so it didn't cover the entire screen. It just like a little small chunk. And plus, I was really trying to like listen to her, but she didn't talk much. Like she barely wanted to talk. And I'm like, then why did you call me? And the very next day, this morning, she contacted one of my family members saying that I was being super mean to her. And like she was crying, saying that I was being really mean. I said mean things to her. I'm like, and I'm looking at him like, I literally told her that what I was doing in details. So she tried to make me the bad guy. Yeah. And I got in contact with her family. She told them an entirely different story to make me the bad guy. Yeah. Honestly, I'm at my wit's end with Abby. She's gotten more and more sensitive over the years. Each year she gets more insensitive and throws a fit over the smallest things. But this time she went overboard. All I gotta say is I'm utterly disappointed. I feel betrayed. All the support I've done for her, and she tries to make me out the bad guy when I literally told her in the calmest voice and in details what I was doing. I can't just put down the game and just, well, I mean, I couldn't just ditch my teammates. I'm not that, I know, that would make me toxic to them because they don't know what's going on my end. They would think that I just ditched them. And I didn't want to be like that type of person that they think is toxic. I'm not that type of person. I want to at least be supportive to my teammates to the very end. and stick with them to the very end of the match. And I told her specifically in the calmest voice what I was doing and what details was going on in the match. And then she blocked me. Honestly, I have walked on thin ice because I have to be careful what to say or do when I'm hanging out with her. Her anxiety is so bad that she doesn't want to open up to others. Like she wants it to be just me and her. I told her from time to time in the past that she needed help. And well, I guess all I can say is that I'm really hurt. I really am. Honestly, the fact that she even lied to her family and tried to make me the bad guy, I get people have mental issues, but when people around you constantly say, or at least tell you from time to time, you need help, you really do. Abby, when you find this, please get some help. You're literally, I'm, I'm just really surprised you would even try to make me the bad guy, despite everything I said. I told you in the calmest voice. I cursed because I was getting my butt kicked. And yet all I can say is, there were times when you constantly would just throw a fit over the smallest things. I literally am walking on thin ice because you get more and more sensitive. And now, this? No, I'm done. You just lost your best friend for over 10 years now? We've been friends for like over 10 years, and you do this to me. I see how it is. If you're gonna be like that and paint me the bad guy, even though I did nothing wrong to you, then maybe we shouldn't be friends anymore. Even my own brother constantly tells me, why are you still friends with her? She's just, causing you more stress. You know? It's about time I take my brother's advice and do that now. You blocked me? Well, I'll block you. Don't ever come back to me unless you actually gotten help.